Hey beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have received so many questions whether the Dior Volume Mascara or the Gucci Mascara is the best. I'm going to review them today and just compare them. They are both new mascara on the market. The Dior has come out just a little bit more recently. Gucci has launched this mascara, Le Magnetisme, I believe 2 months ago maybe. They are both volumizing mascara. However, in both cases, the formula is completely different. The brush, the bristle, the tube, everything is completely different. So obviously it's giving you a different look. So on my face today, on this side, this is the Dior Over Volume. So Diorshow Over Volume mascara. And on this side, it is the mascara Le Magnetisme by Gucci. So if I go right away and I will demo you how the application goes so you can see. So let's start with Gucci. So the Gucci mascara comes in a plastic tube. It is not a tubing mascara, it's a normal mascara. And what I really like about this mascara is how innovative the brush is. This is the brush. It's got a nice curve into it. It makes me think of that L'Oreal telescopic mascara. But it's got brittle that are going in many different directions. I believe there's 140 different little bricks and they're all going into different directions. And also, but on the side, they are flatter. So that means you get to actually reach the smaller lashes that you don't necessarily get to reach with a bigger wand. The formula is so creamy. It's a bit like as if the mascara was wet. That's how creamy the formula is. It is giving you that deep black mascara, close to be like a jet black, almost a hint of blue, but not quite, just a very deep black mascara. And because it's got that creamy texture, it's giving it's giving depth to your mascara. However, because of the formula itself, because it is very creamy, it will smudge. So if you have watery eyes, if you know you're going to be rubbing your eyes, it will smudge. It is not a smudge-proof formula by far. If you have very small eyes, maybe not the best option, just because even though the brush has very small brittle, I feel like because the texture, the formula is so creamy, it might actually just smudge right away onto your eye as you're applying the mascara. So you just gotta be a little bit more mindful when you apply mascara like this because of how creamy the formula is. On the other hand, super easy to remove. You do not need a waterproof makeup remover. Your mascara will come off just with your cleansing, your foaming, whatever you use to remove your makeup. Super easy to remove. So for me, I really like Gucci because I love how, and I've got big eyes, I've got long eyelashes naturally, so I like how it coats them. Very deep black mascara. It's giving massive volume. I love the look of it and I like how innovative the brush is. Now, if I go to the Diorshow Over Volume, honestly, this mascara does much more than just adding volume. It's giving length, it really separates your eyelashes. I think, in my opinion, the Diorshow has a little bit more to it than the Gucci one. However, the Diorshow has a much drier formula, and I think you can tell when you look. This one has more of that creaminess, that deeper black formula. So if you have watery eyes, good for you. You're going to love this formula. It's not waterproof, but honestly, it's so long lasting and you need a waterproof makeup remover to remove this mascara. Really just stick to your eyelashes and it's not going to move. It doesn't crumble. It doesn't clump. It doesn't crumble, but it just stays on for forever. Figure of speech, obviously, but once it's on your eyelashes, I find it really hard to remove. I usually have to use, I double cleanse and I go with my eye makeup remover afterwards because the mascara just stays on your eyelashes. So if I can summarize the two mascaras and compare them in a nutshell, I think if you're looking for something that is super long lasting, is not going to smudge, definitely the Dior mascara is the right one for you. It gives you volume, it gives you definition, adds length and separate your eyelashes. On the other hand, if you're happy with a more of a creamy formula that really just gives you that big volume and adds that super thick coat onto your eyelashes, you know that you don't have watery eyes, the Gucci might be a better option for you. It really just comes down to what you want from your mascara. In my case, I like to use both of them. They are completely different depending on the look I'm going for. Sometimes, you know, I will prefer to have the Diorshow Overvolume that gives you that very classic volume, whereas the Gucci, I feel like it's got a little bit more something like a smoky eye to it, something also because it's such a deep black creamy mascara. Also, I have to tell you, I am wearing on my cheek the other palette from Chanel Les Beige, the Golden Glow palette. So this is the Soleil Couchant. So that's the one with the gold and the more orangey coral tone to it. I have to admit, I thought at first it was going to be a little bit too warm for my skin. I'm more of a neutral person, but I kind of get away with warm shades too. But look how beautiful is this. The tone is a bit deeper. I feel like it's a little bit, the tone is deeper. It's a little bit more rich, but how gorgeous. It's close to be a bronzer without being a bronzer, obviously. The eyeshadow palette is also Chanel Les Beige in the Golden collection. I am loving this new collection. I did a full review, so if you want to go see it. But if you've watched it and you were wondering how's the other palette looking on my cheek, there you go. I think it is absolutely stunning. So if you were debating, I think, you know, if you have a warmer, cool tone skin, you have your answer. If you're not sure, so this is a comparison between the two. I quite like this. I quite like the other one. I'm happy I've got both. If you have to choose, then it just depends what you need, what you want, what looks you prefer. I hope today's videos helped you choose and decide between the two mascara which one is the best for you, if you were, you know, considering or asking yourself which one is the best. I think there's a time and a place for both mascara, but depending on what you want, what you need. If you haven't done so, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends. As usual, I will list down below the description of the makeup I am wearing for today, so each product that I am wearing. Also, I do have a bunch of discounts, so go see down in the description. There's some LED mask, I have jewelry, I have a few things for you, so go have a look. As usual, a big thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hello. Which mascara do you prefer? Huh? The Dior or the Gucci? Dior or Gucci? Yeah, you don't know? Fair enough. Dior or Gucci? Oh, yeah, well, I guess Gucci's winning. Mm.